where you can find most beautiful women in North Korea. This is going to be quite shocking. Great job. It's like it's better job than being a doctor. This is highly competitive and the most beautiful women competing to get. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park and I'm a North Korean de facto human rights activist. Today, I'm going to talk about something very interesting. So I hope you stay till the end of this video and find out why. So when I went to South Korea or even in America, I was pretty shocked in a way how much, though in the modern world, they were obsessed with beauty. And right in North Korea, I talked about in the past about the different beauty standards. In North Korea, that we think men with a big belly and bald hair is very attractive because most of men who are thin and if they have big belly and if they are bald, maybe we think that's a better nutrition and that's why they are bald. So it's a symbol of status and power. So that's why if somebody looks like Kim Jong-un in North Korea, they are super attractive because it's really hard to find fat people, unfortunately. But today in this video, I'm going to talk about where you can find most beautiful women in North Korea. And why this is important is because I think you can really learn a lot about how twisted, how corrupt, how unbelievable the country is, that even showing where the most beautiful women, you can learn so much about this hermit kingdom. So the first place that you can find the most beautiful women in North Korea is obviously, guys, Pleasure Squad. You should know this by now. Right, in North Korea, the most beautiful women, firstly, they all get collected by the officials and then send it to Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un gets the first privilege of taking all the beautiful women first. Every year, this process with the Pleasure Squad begins. This is sad because these young girls, it's not even their choice. When the officials come and pick them up, and you cannot say no to it. This is like the party demands your royalty, party demands your sacrifice. How they can say no? And among the Pleasure Squad, the tragedy is that Kim Jong-un can only take so many women in a year. So a lot of them just send to other resorts that Kim Jong-un might possibly visit once in 10 years. Kim Jong-un has over 2,000 resorts around the country. And all these places have to have these girls waiting for him to come. And whenever he goes, these women have to serve him and satisfy him. And these women just waiting all their life. And usually it's called almost like the military. They go there, they have to stay there for 5 years. And then when they're around 23, they have to graduate. And then the young girls come, right? So here, some of them, all their life, in that entire 5 years, all they're doing is just waiting for Kim Jong-un to come and clean the resort. And that's what they do. And that's where the most beautiful women go to in North Korea. Number 2 place where you can find the most beautiful women in North Korea is actually military. Can you guess why? So in military, the most beautiful women picked to become the secretaries of the top officers. And this is how the regime attracts the royalty from these men. I know the Taliban, ISIS, and there's a lot of extreme groups, incentivize young men to join and say if you sacrifice, you're gonna get a virgins, and you're gonna reward it through this way. And this is a method how Kim Jong-un attracts and incentivizes for these men to be loyal to him and climbing that ladder. Even these officers who knows, as soon as they climb the ladder and going to the top place, their chance of getting assassinated or being publicly executed by Kim Jong-un gets higher and higher. There's a theory in North Korea, being like Kim Jong-un is like a sun, right? If you go too close to him, you are gonna die from burn to death, which means public execution. He's gonna purge the officers every 3 years. So your lifespan gets really shortened by your proxy to Kim Jong-un. But if you go too far away from Kim Jong-un, is like, which is sun. You get so cold, you don't get the crops don't grow. You are so cold that you're gonna die. Which means the people who are in the northern parts, who are not living in capital. So the best way you can preserve your life is finding that perfect balance between from Kim Jong-un and the furthest place. If you find somewhere in between, not too close, not too far, your life can be okay. And you are gonna make it work somehow. You might be able to live until 60 years old. And this is what every North Korean have to calculate. How close do I wanna go? How far do I wanna go? And a lot of times it's not even your choice. These officers, despite the risk of getting publicly executed in a few years, they are competing to go there because of this incentive. And this, when they become officers, they are gonna get these girls who are gonna become their secretaries and gonna please them, which is literally just sex slave. It's a comfort woman. It's in the modern age. These women get raped by officers daily. I mean, it's literally there's no protection for these girls. And this is also mandatory. The regime goes around and picking these girls and they have to go serve in the name of party, in the name of serving the revolution, these women, being ordered to do this kind of things for these officers. So the number three place that you can find these beautiful girls is actually going to the department store or foreign store or restaurant in Pyongyang. There are stores and restaurants in Pyongyang are dedicated to serve the foreign visitors. And most of North Korean, the tourists that go to North Korea are coming from China. And then Western European countries, not as many as like the regime wants. So in these stores, they are only allowed to trade with the cash that is USD and Chinese yuan. And in these stores, the regime does put the most beautiful women in the country. They are tall, their skin's lighter, they're more pretty, and then foreigners gonna have the good image of North Korea, good impression of North Korea, and then keep coming back and spending money, and obviously this money go to the regime. However, these girls also sometimes get tips secretly, and they do order to give the entire tip they receive and back to the regime, but sometimes they can hide a few dollars here and there. And this is a really highly desired job in North Korea, which means becoming a waitress and working in the stacking those stuff in the store. In America, like nobody's saying the coolest job is, serving in a restaurant. There's nothing wrong with that, but all I'm saying is you can see the difference here. And number 4, that is actually finally actresses of North Korea. You do assume why, right? Like I came to America and seen these Hollywood stars. I mean, Julia Roberts, so many beautiful Hollywood stars here, and they're all actresses, right? The models. In North Korea, being an actress is actually a hard job because when you are being an actress, you don't get to serve Kim or the high officers. And second of all, you also don't get any money or compensation. Like literally being actresses means working for the government propaganda in North Korea. Therefore, usually actresses are also in North Korea, not that many movies being made. Maximum 1 or 3 small movies being made in entire country. Like that's the maximum. So your lifetime being an actress, being on the one movie is a really low chance. Therefore, that is why the very small percent of beautiful women go there, but this is also organized by the regime. They go around the schools and pick up the actresses and they demand who play what role. It's not about the merit, but it is all about the state control. The last place you can find beautiful women in North Korea, this is going to be quite shocking. This is why I said to stay till the end of this video, which is gas stations. I know, like you think what, right? Like, so in North Korea, 97% roads are not paved. Not that many cars. There's really no traffic. There's no traffic lights other than outside of Pyongyang. In our country, in North Korea, if you want to get a driver license, very vigorous process. You have to go to basic driving school entire year. And the end of that school, you need to know how to deassemble the car and then reassemble the whole thing back together. You really have to know the engine, assembly, entire mechanics of car. Then they're gonna give you the driver license. So only small percentage of people become the drivers in North Korea. So being a driver is a great job. It's like it's better job than being a doctor, being a medical doctor in North Korea. Actually, if this guy is a driver, he is like the most desired, the groom type for the women. And most of drivers, like 90% of them are men. So for this competition to start, if the gas stations wanna bring this men to them and get the gas in their gas station, they want using these beautiful women to attract the drivers. That's why the gas station ladies are one of the highest paying job in the country. They get 250 yuan a month that can actually afford a 4-people family entire month. Therefore, this is highly competitive and the most beautiful women competing to get working in the gas station and adding the gas and clean the car. This hurts my heart because these young, talented, beautiful girls could have become so many other things. But in a country that has no potential, has no future, deprived of so many opportunities from these individuals, all they can dream of is working at the gas station. And this is also where the public can get a sight of these beauties from the country. So a lot of people just go picking up the gas station and who is working there, and they're like almost like kind of stars. And these girls dreaming becoming a gas station workers even today right now in North Korea. I hope that talking about this really helped you to understand North Korean regime, the structure and suffering of the people, and also how bizarre this country is compared to the rest of the world. Guys, if you like that video, please hit that like button and please join me on my Patreon, The Locals. Your support really helps me to keep creating these contents and informing the public. I'm very grateful for you to watching this video till this end, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love you and see you next time.